Many cultures tend to have traditional practices, values and norms that seem to perpetuate gender-based violence. So, for instance, in the Upper East, we have practices we call sister in bed, which simply means that there are two people that are even allowed to have children together but can't marry because traditionally those families taboo one another.
We are kurum hana say we are oba uni di brebia ewo kurum ha uni asase a wo de bedo wo bibia ana wonya sika kora ba bia obakwa akose ibu na ayedene na wo kunu pese wo hu sa sika ba bia onya asase ka se bemba akosu ko boa mo anu esusu ade a na o mo mfre oba ewo hono se oba mbra betie.
It is not easy for a woman to just come out and boast that I have a fertile land to farm. If you have land to farm, maybe it is at the riverside, the waterlogged areas. When you go alongside the riverside and ask who are those who farm along the riverside, most of them are women because they don't have that power to own land at where there is no water.
We help our husband to farm. But at the end of it all, they will sell all the crops or all the produce at the market. They will not even help you with money to buy soap and ingredients.
Be maninya ware ba ne no de ne to ha. Na chese fie adwuma nyina wo de aso be ba no. Wo na wo be pra, wo na wo be konsuo, wo be dware akora. Asa ya kwasekete kora ma be ma ada.
When the woman mean to ask the man to help her to do some of the things, it will become a very serious fight.
A huge chunk of money is spent in addressing issues of gender-based violence, which could have been dedicated to other development projects. And if you look at the effects on women and girls psychologically, when they are abused, it affects them throughout their entire life. It affects their ability to connect with people, to socialize. Most of them, even after being abused, they don't even want to get to the public arena. They don't want to be heard. And that kind of stigma, that kind of hate remains in them for the rest of their life. ActionAid, as a feminist organization, we are focused to addressing the structural causes of violence and empowering women and girls. It is against this background and the Power Project is premised around 4 key expected outcomes to change the lives of rural women in Ghana.
Beye emfie num ni na ActionAid ni so dia edi project bi bia ya friend Power Project a de ba akore enum na ye de ti sa ku owi.
Power stands for promoting opportunities for women empowerment and rights. The Power Project is being implemented in 8 districts in Ghana. We have Nanumba South and North in Northern region, the 10 Asufi districts in Bono and Ahafo regions, Jirapa Municipal in Upper West, Talensi and Nabdam in Upper East, and Adaklo in the Volta region. The project targets in total 6,000 rural women in Ghana across these areas. The initiative is a global intervention, not only in Ghana, but in Bangladesh and Rwanda as well. And globally, we are targeting 19,500 rural women. The project is working around to ensure that rural women are well organized and mobilized to collectively fight and claim their rights.
We worked with community-based anti-violence teams that basically were made up of men and women in communities that were well respected to understand violence against women and girls and to be able to mediate over such cases.
We are dealing with communities where people even live below the minimum wage. And every step of the law or accessing justice is very expensive. That is one of the reasons why the Human Rights Commission was set up. But because people don't know that you can get most of the things that we go to court for from Human Rights, the Human Rights Commission, whatever we do there, we don't charge people. It is free. But we are not also in all these districts in the Upper East region. So the project has managed to send us to these communities, which is cheaper than if we had allowed them to come.
In trying to access land Women are confronted with issues of violence due to patriarchy because some believe that women are not supposed to own properties, women are not supposed to own land, and women are supposed to inherit land from their late parents.
Tinya bakar guru paponga songo serin kenti zinna kaba bonti mitin darwo yiti to ngata katiken bolak wo be yel si a binara a lebti tengena to ti sulu mini ko yela be e ser kalum yela be e ser pikake eni bi tam yela ponga la ken yela katilebna nyanga zini to atete tenga demma kaba wobu so mayele e ser pikake la banarba de ko kake ya la narba zan bahte ke yang woni bi kaba yang ken ton bas ku ya yela ponga tira zini to ani ba yela ba ye bokor somma wa mam ser ba ba mo dang nim ti ko yela ni ti gurum na ma za wa ba yang bon ti tenga de ma to atet bala tenga de ma za wa ba ye bokor ko yela ponga ti botam
ai kaba nor aboko bula no po ndane be kaba ba nor po jeme ta ba tom sel bula ang ba sel moriya da on ko pana yibo paga yo ba kani ala bo paga me nda et ko amte lawga ka kure kutati jo im bergo awla alam pana ma ko ba o para yibo paga o ba kani lebna ba da ne koki ka yin koki ka azo ina ma yele bo paga o tom ki ate ki mor kenda da no na pa he ko pana mor ken ko ligide la mon lo da no amor edit bo paga yo yer yo ba ka ni so bo paga men na se o ka kila bela.
Smallholder farmers, especially women in the Upper West region under the Power Project, with the help of the chief and other queen mothers and landlords, women are able to access land. Now we have farm around to farm for ourselves as women.
For the first time in the history of my stay here, we had people coming to report, family members, family heads, for their refusal to give them farmlands to farm, for their refusal to allow them to inherit their husband's properties after the demise of their husband. It's never done. But for the empowerment that they have had now, they know they can do this thing and still go scot-free.
Ko we buy no e ko nchirechire bebree mu. Nchirechire no ne edi kan ye bibi a friend group mapping ehwe niema a ekoso ewo yekuro we mu. Eno ma ya kwanya ema yetimi hu se niema bebree ekoso wekuro me bi ti sa ayakayaka de ne sen ti se mema omo bro omo yirenom enkwala ye de omo fa adwuma mu a eni se nka akwala ne ye mema omo waja omo ma no omo de omo fa ntitie bi am na emo nye eno ni ayakayaka de no ehu se na eno ebi koso ewekuru ma
yakayaka de no sese ate akọ ya fo omo fa ya fa kwan fodo so yetimi ye yafuo yetimi do yetimi kwaton ye niema yetimi ye bibia nti bibi to kura sese na obi bu kwesi awo sese a wa mu oba ubetimi apagye dia ko police station.
It is normally seen as usual for a woman to be seen as performing household work as her work, and there is no recognition or appreciation of the time that is dedicated to this work. But if you look at the other side of that work, it contributes not only to the woman's well-being, but to the general society well-being. Unpaid care work is the hidden engine that makes economies to function, and is mostly done by women and girls. So ActionAid, as part of our strategy, thinks that to promote women's empowerment holistically, the burden of care work on women should be reduced.
We worked with community members to understand the concepts of unpaid care work, recognizing that unpaid care work was very important for households, but more importantly to ensure that there was distribution and reduction at the household level. At the district assembly levels, we equally worked with duty bearers, such as the planning officers, the budget officers, to understand the basis of unpaid care work and how they could account for unpaid care work when it came to budgeting within the district assembly.
We introduced them to the use of time diary. They will sit down, fill the time diary. They have listed the number of activities women does in a day. The women, they are overburdened with activities. So therefore, what they normally do is, it is not only the women who are feeling it, but their spouses too always come out to feel the time diary. The men are rather doing the activities that is giving them income, but the women, they are doing unpaid care work. The men in the community got to realize that no, the women are overburdened. The work is too much for them. They have to go in and then do distribution of roles in a household.
First, na we duane kura na ukunu ti ho. Sese kura we duane a bemba betimi atwumaku ama.
Mba ko afum kura na se bemba ofia. Obatina se be se na adwo kura wo hwen na oba abaye duane ma wadi. Ne sese die se ba ni ho a bemba so timi ye duane ma ne ba so abedi.
Project imu no ActionAid the force we kan say be ya yesika sem so ebe den ebe koso no omo di bibi braye a e friend susu box
nti na otwe bia ye committee na o ma cheche ye books e de amaye nti ye cheche ye card de maya ye board na wa baji card nti wo wi a de ye wo banya no na wo de akwa akomo mo na o ma stamp e de amawo stamp bia ye 2 cedi nti stamp no e wo mu ahoro of 5 nti se stamp ba ko bia ye 2 cedi a enye force say na otwe ni nyina utimi feel books stamp 5 ni nyina nti se ada wanya 2 cedi 4 cedi na wo de akwa akoto ho na ye tu ne kakra nkakra busum be mienu anam yensa sika no beba bebre na ya hya ase a ye di ma busia kakra nkakra
power project this abos ba ya me yetu susu ayenya sika no ye kan say sika no ye de be da bebeto aburu na sika no samutam no na krom ha no raba eye ACDs e ma ye fa adwu bi se kwan ba ne ye be fa so a e be boye akuafo a ye wo ha ya bro no ye nto ne ACDs ye beto ne 10 cedis se be ya be raise price na mana cost nti ye gitu mo eto abro no 10 cedis e ma wo mo na mo tuto krom nyina ede eto no 10 cedis free ho na ma price na ede etimi raise ye nya mfa so be ye 5000 ne achiri kura
power agumadie baaye no omo akire ye atofo eya medie ma medie ehu a na ne nyina ye di abetu faako na kire se yakra ye nipa na wa be ne wo ba bo a ye pe na ya ye kama no ono nso enam se enye wuroba baako ena enye bag baako wo be hu na wa ye den na wato.
Before ActionAid brought the power project, I was finding it difficult in my farm, and when they came with this power project, they gave us training, new skills. They let us travel to Rome. When we went, we sent our problems to the parliament for government to support with the smallholder farmers so that we can able to always farm. And now we know that it's not only farming for food, and we can do it as business.
Agroecology is important to all farmers. It helps farmers to get good yields. ActionAid under the power project have bring us a new method to which is new extra. We use the neem trees, which we add some small pepper that we spray on the crop, which also help us to prevent armyworm. It also helps human beings and the environment. Instead of applying the chemicals that will kill all the organisms on the land, they maintain the soil fertility for us to farm for a very long period of time.
We use this neem tree leaves and ash to store our seeds. You palm the neem tree, dry it very well, and you mix it with the seeds that you are going to keep. You mix that one, you keep it in the container, and you then use the ash to cover the head. Nothing is going to destroy it. At first, we don't know. When we use the chemical and store, and there is FINRA today, you don't have anything to cook. You have to go for that one and come and cook. And if you cook it and send it outside, you are going to poison all the people that will eat that food.
First, na ye bire, na ye timido afonu kakra. Beye eka beye 20 nso hwi. Eka 20 no bebu na bura beye bag du. So omo ba ya, omo be kire ye sa ye bedo a ye ndoni pisa metimido be eka beye 6 na 2 na eno me di ye me mako 4 no na me di enaye aburu ye nhye baabi no udo a na wakitwa ni saa adi agum nso togu so na kire se apro na kire se akodane fertilizer na wadua udua makwa obeyi afirimu no ene enye asenkitiwa.
Climate change is affecting everyone, including the smallholder women farmers. With the intervention of ActionAid and GFAN, we have been able to learn new ways of managing the effect of climate change in our communities.
No baye bia na wudua no. They say wasa wosesa because you no entone kwan so. Wan wia no baye agrip for dia ba. Sa ada sensuo na onto anko nanimu a ebetimi aboa wa nya ade a baye adwuma no so obeboka. Aban eboa ye ema ye cheap compound. Na cheap compound we si koduru baby na enye eden enti awieye. Enam se ya fa ntitie nwere ma enya akukoduru etimi eden. Et tuanamo ekwa assembly so ma niema e wose omuhiama cheap compound ne kwa awie no enso omo abede omo abeya aka kakra bia wose omo bebie. Enam se meeting aka se clinic omo ya awie na aka so omo bebie.
We have potable water, and it is through the lobbying from the group to MP from the district that we're able to get this potable water.
Na me ba no kora na wakọ akwaduru secondary school na me ni sika me sana fe akola no to aso say power ku no ba ma to akola no so ma na say wakwaduru tambale kora UDS say obewie school power nti power dia aboa me pa.
Adaman ponim biye yo dire doga. Ka pasi esi de menan wa ma basokura. Asokur wiara malason. Mban ire bogu aso abiye kwa. Adu gati barbe. Jamin wa ifiri. Amentuwa malin tumpama. Ayite nya ben kanga nana de dasamina akweso abiye. Je yi ga wi ate songensira. Otumazie. Abiye ndamantarura adire ndoga. Amande mar agara wi awonetuo. Yamanga barube chawa wana. Ka biye yizo tuwo makumaka welcome.
At first, women don't leave their children and go to farm. They don't do business because of the children. Because they come back them and be working with the business. Even some of the business women, they look at your appearance and buy your things. So the things will not buy. But now of this, they leave the children in the school and do their business. This makes the body of women legs.